Yeah, I don't see the comparison, but I got bigger and better fish to fry. Like my last fight, I beat who I ain't really got nothing else to prove. I'm the best, and ain't nobody ever gonna beat me.
I know you won't whoop no ass. Not right now. I will.
Some people may think that it's harsh. I don't think it's harsh because at the end of the day, this is not for the fans. Claressa Shields being on timeout is not for the fans. It's for her. I think that Claressa Shields is young enough to turn it around. Do I believe that she could turn it around? Maybe not. But I think this could give her a chance to truly reflect on her behavior. She can have self-awareness. I think she needs a lot of help.
I want to smoke. Yeah, I'm telling y'all right now, she duck wrecked with me. Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah. Well,
y'all know I love learning. I will
ask her why we didn't spar. Ask her why we didn't spar.
No, because look, when I was about
ain't
to
no
get
because
ready,
nothing.
you was like, no, you said I'm just playing. When I was like, let's get ready.
Imagine being at the absolute peak of your sport.
Imagine reaching the absolute summit of your sport, standing as the undisputed champion and appearing completely untouchable, only to watch the biggest opportunities disappear in a single moment. A fierce behind-the-scenes confrontation between two of boxing's biggest female stars suddenly transformed an exclusive VIP lounge into a scene of complete chaos, sending shockwaves throughout the combat sports world. As the internet erupted with non-stop reactions and longtime critics emerged from the shadows to celebrate what they believed was a stunning downfall, one of boxing's biggest pound-for-pound superstars, Terence Crawford, delivered a response that spoke louder than words, revealing the true meaning of loyalty in one of the most ruthless industries in professional sports. Music.
It's only a few ticket sellers up in MMA and in women's boxing. Myself, Ronda Rousey. It's not many girls that can fill arenas like that, like this. So I was happy to be here and support, yell and scream for that little 10 seconds that it landed. I mean, that it lasted. yeah. I don't see the comparison, but everyone knows that I already told Layla whenever she's ready to get her ass whooped, she can come get her whooped. And she already turned down $15 million, so I'll leave it at that. But I got bigger and better fish to fry. Like my last fight, I beat who Layla Ali was backing to beat me, Franchon Cruz. I whooped her ass 10 rounds straight. So I ain't really got nothing else to prove. I'm the best, and ain't nobody ever gonna beat me.
The tension had been building for months, but no one expected it to erupt behind the scenes. During a recent high-profile fight event filled with huge personalities and A-list celebrities, the long-standing bad blood finally reached its breaking point inside an exclusive VIP area, far from the presence of a referee or the rules of a sanctioned boxing ring. Claressa Shields and Alycia Baumgardner came face-to-face, and what began as a tense verbal confrontation quickly spiraled into complete chaos as emotions took over and the situation exploded beyond anyone's expectations.
Fuck him out. Worry about who the fuck you're with, not me.
Oh my God, is the GOAT gonna get in a fight here?
Shut the fuck up always.
Get out of the way. I want to get in there. No. World star.
I know you won't whoop no ass.
Not right now.
I will.
Grainy cell phone footage that surfaced online captured the shocking reality of what unfolded. Without any warning, Shields suddenly rushed forward and struck Baumgardner directly in the face as stunned spectators froze in disbelief, unsure how to react. This was not the usual pre-fight trash talk designed to build hype and sell pay-per-view events. A major boundary had been crossed inside a space reserved for exclusive VIP guests, and the consequences came almost instantly. The internet may love a dramatic fight, but Jake Paul's MVP Promotions certainly did not find the incident entertaining. Almost as soon as the video spread across social media, the promotional powerhouse released a firm statement condemning what it described as an unprovoked attack. The company did not soften its message or issue a short-term suspension. Instead, it officially banned Claressa Shields from attending any future MVP events, making its position unmistakably clear. While heated exchanges and bold trash talk are accepted as part of promoting fights, carrying out a physical assault behind the scenes crossed a line that the organization refused to tolerate.
Bit of an ugly scene, and MVP has since come out and said that Claressa is banned from attending MVP events. And not that long ago, there were some talks about her fighting on an MVP card or, being co-promoted or something like that. And so what could you tell us about what happened and the aftermath? Is this a lifetime ban? Are you saying you don't want to ever work with Claressa, or is this something that can be fixed? What can you tell us about this?
I would say we worked very hard to try to convince Claressa to sign to MVP. And I think she was pretty open that we did a great job in terms of how we presented to her, in terms of the opportunity. I didn't see Claressa on Saturday night. I did hear about what happened after it happened. She was a guest of the event, and she was a guest in a Netflix specific VIP invite only area. And for that to happen reflects poorly on MVP, reflects poorly on women's sports, on sports as a whole. And there's no doubt there was a back and forth conversation between her and Alycia. But nobody raised a hand other than Claressa. So for us, I would have hoped she would have come out with an apology, but she didn't. She actually texted me that night and said, I had a great time. Thank you so much. I didn't respond, confused that what had happened, and that was the text that I had gotten. And I'm disappointed that this is what has had to have happened. But if you're going to conduct yourself that way in a non-fight week setting, I've seen a lot of people be like, you didn't ban Mike Tyson when he slapped Jake Paul. They're about to fight. No, we're not going to ban Mike Tyson. The commission may have. The commission may step in and say, you're going to get fined. But we certainly don't ban fighters for having animosity towards each other during fight week. That's why if you saw a release, it says there's a time and place for the banter and for the hostilities.
Many expected a rival boxing champion to respond with her fists, but Baumgardner chose a far more calculated approach. Rather than retaliating physically inside the VIP lounge, she released a powerful statement that completely changed the direction of the feud. She strongly suggested that law enforcement could become involved, making it absolutely clear that she intended to handle the situation through legal and professional channels. By raising the possibility of pressing charges, she transformed the conflict from a heated boxing rivalry into what could become a courtroom dispute. That unexpected decision sparked a wave of backlash across social media. Many voices within the boxing community criticized Baumgardner, arguing that as a professional fighter, she should not be involving the authorities over an altercation that grew out of pre-fight tensions. Fans questioned why a reigning champion would consider taking such a bitter rivalry before a judge instead of settling the score the traditional way inside the boxing ring.
Claressa Shields has lost it, as she is making some really wild claim about Alycia Baumgardner and threatening to sue. Claressa Shields, you are not going to be able to successfully sue MVP nor Alycia Baumgardner for defamation of character. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. Wow, what a waste of time. I'm not sure what lawyers are advising people to waste their money with these lawsuits that these guys are throwing around. But in boxing, man, wasting their money on a bunch of lawsuits. In this particular case, Claressa would be wasting her time. And I'm going to tell you why, especially if she's saying defamation. You know why? Because she's a public figure. And she's a public figure. And just because somebody says something that's not true doesn't mean that you're going to be able to be awarded damages for it. It just doesn't work that way. First thing that you have to do is that person has to know what they're saying is not true. Unprovoked. And she's saying that's a lie. They were talking to me, they were agitating me, and that's the reason I hit her, and it was provoked. I was provoked into hitting her. Okay, so what are you saying? What are you saying here? You're saying that you think a court of law is going to award them damages because of your disagreement as to whether it was a provocation or not? That is very, very subjective. If you say, oh, I would beat you up right now, that does not give you a right to slap somebody. It doesn't. And if the person says, I didn't provoke them. All I said is I would whoop them. Well, guess what? Then you have to have an argument about whether or not that was provocation or not. And again, and let me tell you, in order to find something defamation, she has to prove that the lady, that Claressa Shields and MVP knew that it was not true, that she punched her without, or hit her, slapped her without provocation. I'm telling you, you're going to have a hard time doing that, because you're going to get into the definition of what provocation is. And they can say, yeah, I know we yelled at her, but we didn't do anything enough for her to slap somebody. We didn't slap her and provoke her to hit us back. So there was no provocation.
The ban ignited a full-scale civil war across social media, exposing what many fans described as a glaring case of hypocrisy within the fight game. Throughout platforms like Reddit and X, formerly known as Twitter, passionate boxing supporters highlighted what they believed was an obvious double standard. When male fighters throw chairs, attack buses, or spark massive brawls during packed press conferences, they are often celebrated for creating unforgettable entertainment. In many cases, that chaos leads to blockbuster main events worth millions because the controversy is treated as brilliant promotion. Yet when Shields threw a single punch backstage, she was immediately branded a liability, handed a harsh corporate punishment, and criticized for damaging the reputation and public image of the sport.
Some people may think that it's harsh. I don't think it's harsh, because at the end of the day, this is not for the fans. Claressa Shields being on timeout is not for the fans. It's for her. I think that Claressa Shields is young enough to turn it around. Do I believe that she could turn it around? Maybe not. But I think this could give her a chance to truly reflect on her behavior. She can have self-awareness. I think she needs a lot of help. You could see by her speeches, her lives, she's erratic. Nobody can control her. The gigolo upstairs, the zookeeper, he can't control her. Remy Ma's husband cannot control her. And I think it's getting worse. It's getting worse and worse. Because before, she was acting out, vocally. And now she's acting out physically. And all this stems from, people just giving her constructive criticism because she's stuck with a married man. That married man can't control her. Is like letting her crash out, right? But if you notice the reason why she went after Alycia Baumgardner, she said, stop talking about my relationship. You see the delusional state of mind that she's in. What type of relationship? She's not in a relationship. She thinks that she's in a make-believe relationship because she is with Remy Ma's husband. He's already taken. So, but this has put her accomplishments, in the back burner. Have overshadowed all the things that she's done in her career. And I think that she's just getting worse. She doesn't represent fighters. She doesn't represent women, good, strong women, especially, good, strong, and beautiful black women. She doesn't represent that. You can see by the petitions, it's mostly women. And, and that's also a sign that they want to distance themselves from Claressa Shields. And I think that a lot of people that's enabling her should distance themselves from Claressa Shields. Again, I think she's doing a horrible job, and in the way that she's maneuvering, in the world of sports. And I think that the Michigan State Athletic Commission should suspend her license indefinitely until she gets some help. And when she does get some help, and if she does get better, God willing, prayers go out to Claressa Shields, and then she could, presume her career. I think she really needs to. I tried to do a video acting like a PR. She should have took my advice, because I knew what was going to come down the pipeline if she didn't apologize, and what she should have apologized. She didn't apologize to Alycia Baumgardner. She didn't apologize to the people that invited her, an MVP. She didn't apologize to Netflix.
The intense debate over who is allowed to act recklessly and who ends up being cast aside has divided the combat sports community like never before. Anyone expecting the undisputed champion to apologize after receiving the ban quickly discovered they were mistaken. Shields refused to back down, show regret, or offer any public apology to MVP or her rival. Instead, she took directly to social media and forcefully defended her position, arguing that the entire controversy had been dramatically exaggerated by the media. From her perspective, Baumgardner was the one who had been the vocal instigator from the beginning, provoking the confrontation before later portraying herself as the innocent victim and calling for sympathy after the incident unfolded.
Stop saying Claressa Shields' name. Stop saying the GOAT's name. Both of MVP and Baumgardner's statements were lies. That is defamation of character. For those who saw the video of Baumgardner threatening me, telling me I'll beat your ass right now, biatch, that is a threat. So now that I'm looking at statements and I'm seeing people lie, it's okay because I'm not going to handle it with the law. I'm going to handle it with the court. Y'all going to get sued for defamation of character. All of y'all up over there. So y'all need to get y'all checkbooks ready. Y'all saying that I'm banned from just going to this one event. Still can go to the other ones. And the fact still remains. I will never fight on the undercard of a Jake Paul. I don't need MVP. I don't need Jake Paul. Baumgardner decides she want to keep mentioning me and my relationship in her mouth. Now, to her, I've never spoke about how she's a whore. How many guys she done slept with, how many boxers she done slept with, what she done. I don't speak about her life. That's what the conversation was about, to tell her, keep popping it how you popping it. But keep that there out your damn mouth. Because I don't go around talking about how you're a whore and you have a Jezebel spirit. And now she was talking about how you're a whore. Why the hell did your ex-boyfriend reach out to me? I don't know who she thought she was talking to. She not gonna fight nobody. And nobody on that roster of 30 girls who they won't pay over 10, 15K, 20K for a damn fight. None of them girls on that roster can beat me. And so now I'm gonna let MVP know this. Y'all gonna receive more paperwork, and y'all know I'll do it. You already need to be sued for defamation of character, you and Alycia, both of y'all. Most vindictive parasites. Don't have not one girl on that roster that can beat me in a fight. Not one. I'd be mad too. That's why Jake got his jaw wired up by Anthony Joshua, bro, because that's karma. And now look at you, Saudi, having a double back. Tried to sign me to MVP. Huh? I wish that Anthony Joshua would have wired up both sides of his mouth, because he just need to just be quiet. He just say anything. And you guys owe me a big apology for lying and saying, oh, it was completely unprovoked. MVP does not run boxing.
Adding another frustrating twist to the controversy, respected boxing trainer Virgil Hunter offered a harsh reality check that only made the situation more complicated. Since the two champions compete in entirely different weight divisions, arranging an officially sanctioned fight to settle their personal rivalry is practically impossible. That means there is no realistic path for them to resolve the bad blood inside the ring, leaving the conflict to play out across social media and the internet instead. As the controversy continued to dominate headlines, it also reignited old personal grudges, and the loudest criticism came from someone who had been carrying a long-standing grudge and clearly had a score of their own to settle.
If you've seen Claressa Shields fight, you know what I'm talking about. The sister can box. She will kick your ass. Make no mistake about it. She is no joke. To my producers, she is no joke. She can fight. Claressa Shields is no joke. I don't want to rain on Claressa Shields' parade because I want her to get whatever she wants. I got a lot of respect for her. Unless you're going to go in there and let her punch you without you punching her at all, without you trying to win at all, without you competing, you just want to be a punching bag. Unless that's what you talk about doing. Here are the scenarios. You're going to hit her, or she's going to kick your ass. Neither's a winnable situation for you. One's more embarrassing than the other. Both are troublesome.
Sports commentator Stephen A. Smith wasted no time sharing his reaction to the controversy, but his history with Shields made his remarks carry even more weight. Years earlier, Shields had publicly called him out, accusing him of making sexist comments about women's boxing and fiercely challenging his criticism of the sport. She even mocked his ability to throw a punch, making it clear that he should stay out of discussions about boxing if he did not truly understand it. The exchange became a highly public and embarrassing blow to his credibility, one that many believed he never completely forgot. Seeing Shields caught in a major controversy and facing a significant corporate ban gave him what many viewed as the perfect opportunity to respond, using his national television platform to deliver his own pointed criticism.
A sport. Stop thinking about women and love and breasts and titties. It's a sport, bro. If you don't know that women are in sports yet, I don't know where you've been. But when you speak about combat sports, to men who cannot hit the pads better than me, to men who cannot punch faster than me, punch harder than me, to men who cannot beat me up, please do not tell me what, like, if it's a woman against a woman, what do you have a problem with? Honestly, like, what exactly do you have a problem with? If I dedicate my whole life to boxing, I'm still a woman, right? It's a sport. It's a sport. But when it's a woman versus a woman, what don't you like seeing about it? Look, if you don't like, this is the thing that's blowing me. If you don't like fighting, right? You don't like women or men fighting. You can't say, oh, I don't like women fighting. The art of fighting is fighting, right? So if you don't like fighting, period, you just don't like it. You don't have to say, oh, you don't like women fighting. It's like, so what do you like about men fighting? I mean, they all sweaty and they all muscular and they all laying on each other and you like that? But you don't like women fighting each other? Doing the exact same thing? Like, you would think you would want to see women do that.
While critics and longtime rivals continued piling onto the exiled champion, the most revealing response came from pound-for-pound star Terence Crawford, who stood firmly behind Claressa Shields. Crawford and Shields have built a close and genuinely supportive friendship within the boxing world, and their respect for one another has been clear for years. Only a few months earlier in Detroit, viral clips showed Crawford sitting ringside, offering Shields focused last-minute advice and encouragement just before she stepped into the ring and delivered a dominant performance against her opponent. Their strong connection made his reaction to the controversy especially meaningful, as the boxing world closely watched to see where he would stand.
See? I don't know, he get on my nerves. I told myself, you just
You ain't as bad as they go. They can laugh too when they laugh.
Is that Michael Black?
My nigga, you will not believe you just showed me.
Okay, yeah, you focus on
He has openly appeared on major podcasts declaring her the unquestioned greatest of all time, placing her above some of the biggest legends the sport has ever produced. Rather than criticizing her on social media for attention or distancing himself when the pressure intensified, Crawford has chosen to stand by her with quiet confidence and unwavering loyalty. His actions continue to show that genuine support is not measured by viral posts or public statements, but by remaining loyal when someone is facing their toughest moments, proving that true allies do not always need a microphone to make their presence felt.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all right now, she duck wrecked with me. Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah. Well,
y'all know I love learning. I
ask her why we didn't spar. Ask her why we didn't spar.
No, because look, when I was about
ain't
to
no
get
because
ready,
nothing.
you was like, no, you said I'm just playing.
A single split-second punch completely changed the landscape of women's boxing. What began as a private disagreement quickly spiraled into a worldwide public controversy, ending with a lifetime corporate ban, the possibility of legal action, and a media storm driven by long-standing personal grudges. Shields continues to stand firmly by her position, refusing to back down against a system that many fans believe applies clear double standards. With the quiet but unwavering support of respected champions like Terence Crawford, she may have the resilience needed to overcome this difficult chapter. The entire controversy leaves the sports world asking one important question. Has this incident exposed a deeper problem within boxing culture, and will true justice ever be found, whether inside the ring or behind closed doors? That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our upcoming content. Also, let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.